I'm
You
just
don't.
gonna give it like 2 more minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we'll start now then. So first let's introduce ourselves. So I'm Supra, I'm 13 and I'm going to ninth grade and I'm obviously here to teach about AI and ML. Um, let's go alphabetically. First, Avyuk. Introduce yourself, your name, age, all that.
My name's Ayuk. I'm going to fifth grade.
Okay. Do you have any experience with coding or anything like that?
Yes, I have done Java.
Okay. Next, Ethan. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Ethan and I'm going to fifth grade.
Okay. Do you have any experience with coding or AI, anything like that?
Other than watching my dad work in our STEAM class in school. No.
Okay. Okay. And Kashya, uh, introduce yourself.
My name is Kashyap and I'm gonna go to fifth grade.
Okay. Do you have any experience with coding or AI or ML?
I have barely any experience.
Okay.
Like in Python, all I know is how to like print letters and numbers.
Oh, okay. So that's it in Python, like just the print statement?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right, then we'll get started. Okay, understanding AI and ML. So this is like kind of an agenda we have. We'll be going through this over the 6 days, but today we'll start with the introduction to AI and ML. Okay, so first, yeah, part one. How can we define human intelligence? Can everybody type their answers in the chat? What do you think intelligence?
Sorry to interrupt. This is Dhruvin's dad. Dhruvin, uh, he did not introduce himself. He just want to introduce.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see him in the thing. Okay, introduce yourself, your name, age.
My name is Dhruvan. My age is 8 and I'm going to fourth grade. And what I have experience with is Python and HTML.
Oh, okay. What do you know in Python?
I know how to print and I know how to input. And in HTML, I know how to make buttons and I know how to change change text sizes, and I know how to make buttons, and I know how to do a little bit of CSS. That's all.
Oh, you know CSS too? Nice. Okay. So, can everyone type their answers in the chat? What do you think human intelligence is? So, what do you think intelligence means? There's no right or wrong answer, just type what you think.
Since there's not a lot of students, we can have them share. Like
Okay. Let's go alphabetically then. So first, Avyuk, what do you think intelligence is?
I think human intelligence is like the way like how much like knowledge or something or someone has.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, that's a good definition. Next, Dhruvin, what do you think intelligence is?
I think it's the way someone carries out their knowledge and the amount of knowledge someone has.
Okay, so the way someone uses their knowledge and how much knowledge they have?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good definition too. Next, Kashyap. Oh, wait, no, Ethan, sorry, alphabetical. What do you think intelligence means?
I think intelligence is like how your brain processes things and your understanding of how things work.
Okay, that's a very specific definition. Nice. And last, Kashyap. What do you think intelligence is? Uh, I think you're muted. Kashyap, I think you're muted. I can't hear you.
Human intelligence is a system in which our brain absorbs knowledge by learning from experience, other humans, or like online data. We can use deductive reasoning, solve puzzles, and answer questions given the right circumstances and knowing the knowledge, I guess.
Wow, that's a very specific um definition. Nice. And that's a lot. Okay, so all of your answers were very good, and that's what I'm going to be talking about mainly. And human intelligence, it's not really anything easy to define. We can't say human intelligence is this or that because there's so many types of intelligence, like how much knowledge you have, your emotional intelligence, so how well you work with your emotions, and all of that. So the answer to the question is we can't easily define human intelligence. It has so many meanings and so many aspects that it's really difficult to explain it. However, for this class, we can think that human intelligence is made up of all of the different abilities that we get with our brain, including emotions, creativity, and our ability to adapt. So yeah, here's like a written thing if you want to see it. Okay. So what is AI or artificial intelligence? Does anyone have any answers? We'll go same order. First, Avyuk.
I think artificial intelligence is just intelligence that it's just the intelligence of humans, but it's instead it's made artificially.
That's a very good definition. That is exactly what artificial intelligence's goal is, to replicate human intelligence. Okay, next, Dhruvin, what's your answer to this question?
So I think artificial intelligence is just human knowledge, but just transferred into a robot, and it's just something that recognizes human knowledge from its own
Okay,
nature.
okay, nice answer. That's a good definition too. Okay, next, Kashyap. Wait, no, Ethan, sorry. Ethan, what's your answer to this question?
I think artificial intelligence uses everything we've already discovered to produce an answer that seems like a human came up with it.
That's also a really good definition, and that's a little bit different way of thinking. I like that. Okay, oh, my bad. I accidentally stopped screen sharing. Okay. Finally, Kashyap, what's your answer to this question?
I think that AI or artificial intelligence is like a machine learning system in which a computer uses data from different sources to come up with an answer for a question that you like put in, or like AI can be used in robots like to help speed up things or make things easier for humans, and it uses binary like all computers.
Wow, really in-depth and specific answer. Nice. Okay, so in the end, all of your answers are correct in their own ways, but this for this class we'll use this definition, this very broad definition. AI or artificial intelligence is like a smart computer that can think and learn. It's kind of a technology that it's kind of like a technology that helps machines like robots or computers to do things that humans do, such as solving problems, making decisions, or even playing games. AI learns from the information it gets, and it uses that knowledge to figure out answers or do tests without needing to be told every single step. So basically, the purpose of AI is to do what humans can do, but a lot more efficiently. So better and faster.
So essentially, what you're saying is that AI is like so AI's goal is to be an improved version of humans, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. That's their purpose. And we haven't really gotten to that state yet. In some ways we have, but we'll talk about that later. Okay. So what is the purpose of AI? Why was it made? I just told you this, don't mind. It's to it's to do what humans can do, but just better and faster. So AI can learn and solve problems on its own, like people do. It makes things work better and faster by using information to make decisions. And it can do tasks without help from humans. That's its purpose. So, for example, if you go online to find an AI like ChatGPT, all of you have heard of ChatGPT, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, for example, if you go online to talk to ChatGPT and you ask it to write a paragraph about dolphins, it would give you a paragraph in seconds, while if us humans were to write that paragraph, it would take a long time. So probably minutes.
It's like minutes compared to seconds.
Yeah. So AI is a lot faster.
So AI is basically a combination of like all of human intelligence. Like some humans know more than other humans, so it's like a combination of all of that, and then like advice or something.
Yeah, that's the ideal purpose, and we haven't really gotten there yet because in some ways humans actually are like more advanced than AI. But that's what people are trying to do with AI. Okay, so does anyone else have any questions? Okay, then we'll move on. Okay, so what is ML or machine learning? Does anyone have any answers? First, we'll start with Avyuk.
I think machine learning is it's just AI, but it's AI. It's an intelligence that it gets from other humans, and so like other humans give intelligence to AI, and then AI re like re says that intelligence artificially to another human.
Okay, that's a good guess. Um, okay. Next, Druvin, what's your answer?
I think machine learning is just a robot that learns artificially from humans. Then the machine learning robot gives, well, machine learning is just artificially learning for robots.
Okay, yeah. That's a good answer. Okay, next, Ethan, what's your answer to this question?
I think machine learning is when you input data into it. Over a period of time, it gets better at like analyzing it because of like repetition.
Yeah, nice. That is a slightly more specific definition, and it's it's a lot like the answer to this question too. Okay, next, Kashya, what's your answer to this question?
So machine learning or ML is like I said, it uses data from other sources to attain like artificial knowledge in which it can put it to use.
Yeah, that's a good answer too. Okay, so all of you have good answers right now, but for the purpose of this class, machine learning is not technically AI. It's more a part of AI, and that allows computers to analyze and learn from given information or data, and it makes decisions based on the patterns that it sees in the data. So it's like teaching a computer to get smarter by itself as it sees more examples and learns from them. So it's actually kind of similar to how we learn. Does anyone have any questions?
Like what part of AI is machine learning? So like let's say you put into ChatGPT a question, like what part of it is it like that? Is it like the first step in which it gathers sources, or is it like a different step?
Well, okay, not all AI has to have machine learning. Most AI does, but there are some very basic forms of AI which don't have machine learning. Um, there's not really steps in AI. You can just choose to add whatever you want to add into each AI, but this is a pretty basic step. So it's like toward the beginning. Mo if you create an AI, you should probably aim to have machine learning in it. Any other questions? All right, then we'll move on. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how AI is connected to ML. So AI uses ML so machine learning, to make decisions and solve problems. ML is a way for AI to learn from data and improve itself without needing to be told exactly what to do for every situation. So machine learning is like the learning part that helps AI become smarter and more capable. Okay, so this is a chart. First you have AI, and then you have ML, and then we have DL, which is deep learning. We'll talk about that later. And then inside of DL is like Alexa, Google, ChatGPT. These AIs that you've probably heard of. So ML is a part of AI. Okay. So now earlier I talked about how the purpose of AI, the goal of AI is to do what humans can do, but in a more efficient and quick way. And this is exactly what I'm going to talk about now. So first, weak/narrow AI. Weak AI or narrow AI is an AI that is only designed for a specific task. So for example, let's take an AI that is designed to give you movie recommendations. It's very limited and it can only do that specific task. If you program it to only give you movie recommendations, it's not gonna like have a conversation with you too. It's only gonna do what it's told to do. So that's weak/narrow AI. Any questions about it? Okay, then we'll move on to strong AI or AGI. And AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence, by the way. Okay, so strong AI is AI that can perform all tasks, so literally anything that is possible for AI at least, as good as or perhaps even better than humans. This can also be referred to as AGI or Artificial General Intelligence, since it's used in such a general way and it's meant to do all tasks. So strong AI is what we want right now. Even AI is like ChatGPT. It's not necessarily strong AI. Humans can still do quite a lot of things better than ChatGPT. Uh, but ChatGPT is at least a semi-strong AI because it can do a lot of tasks, but not all of them. So this is what the purpose of AI is, and they're planning to make this soon. And scientists or whatever, they think that it may come in the next few decades. So the next 10 to 20 years, strong AI might appear. Okay, any questions about strong AI? Okay, then we'll move on. Well, okay, wait, not yet. First, can you, okay, I'm gonna go one by one with each person. I'm gonna call you out, but give me a summary of what you think AI and ML is, and tell me what you learned from this part. And also include anything interesting that you want to say about weak or strong AI, if there is anything like that. Okay, first we'll start with Avyuk.
So I know that like a wait 1 sec. Oh, my bad. I think that like AI, I know that like weak AI is meant for like a specific task, while strong AI can do more than one, or can do like better, and weak AI is more narrow to a specific task.
Yeah, okay. So what do you think AI, okay, first, what do you think AI is now? Very brief, very short. Just give me a summary of what it is.
AI is like it's artificial intelligence.
Okay, anything else you want to add?
It's like it's human intelligence, but just represented artificially.
Yeah. Okay. Now what do you think ML is? Learning.
Machine learning is it's a way like a machine. It just processes intelligence rather than having to like put it in the system.
Um, okay, not exactly. And don't don't be like okay, don't be like sad or angry or anything that you're wrong.
Nah.
It's expected. We'll just go back to it. Okay, so machine learning, I'm gonna explain it very briefly. Machine learning is okay, the key word in this is learning. Machine learning gives AI the ability to learn from data and uh do it like again, just like how humans do. So let's say we had a textbook or something and we read everything in the textbook. We might even read it like twice or thrice, and then we learn all the stuff in the textbook. And that's basically what machine learning does with data. It reads all the data and then learns to do tasks with it. So machine learning is just the learning component of AI. Without machine learning, AI cannot learn at all. Okay. Um, what do you think strong AI is? Uh, Avyuk, I think you're muted.
No, am I? Wait, what?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Oh, can you repeat that? I think your voice broke up.
No, wait, what did you say? I couldn't catch you because of the computer.
Oh yeah. It's fine. I asked, what do you think strong AI is? In a brief summary.
Strong AI is AI that usually uses like machine learning to learn rather than waiting for and rather than waiting for something we put in the system. And it's not narrow to just one thing. It can do multiple tasks.
Okay, yeah. That last part is what I was mainly looking for. Strong AI is meant to perform multiple tasks, just not just one specific task. It's it's supposed to perform all tasks. So strong AI isn't just supposed to perform multiple tasks, actually. It's supposed to perform every task as good as or perhaps even better than humans. So remember that strong AI is just humans, but
Better.
okay, I'm not gonna say yeah, better. That's pretty much it. So it's not just in multiple tasks, it's in every task possible. And we haven't gotten to that yet, obviously. ChatGPT can do a lot of things better than humans, but definitely not all of them. Okay, next, Druvin, what do you think AI is?
I think AI is I think AI is just humans only knowledge just transferred into like it's just transferred artificially, and then all that artificial knowledge just comes into that AI bot, and then that's and then AI and then and then AI just just gives out all of the knowledge that was processed.
Yeah, that's basically it. So AI is a simulation of human intelligence. So the intelligence that we have put into machines. So it's just humans making copies of their intelligence and trying to put it in a machine, trying to make it as good as possible. Okay, good answer. Next, what do you think ML is?
I think machine learning is just a combination of different sources, and all of those different sources are just um like they're just like they just transfer into artificial knowledge, like all of that data. Then all of that artificial data comes into the AI, and then the AI just gives that all of that thing down. So, all of that data, it gives all of that data to the user. So, what I mean is, machine learning is a part of AI that helps it learn.
Yeah, that last part is exactly what I was looking for. That is the exact definition I want to hear. Machine learning is a part of AI that helps it learn from data. Okay, next, what do you think weak AI and strong AI are?
So weak AI doesn't have it's like weak AI is just narrowed down to one task, and it can only perform that task. So if it tries to do anything else, it cannot do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what weak AI is. Nice answer. That's again exactly what I'm looking for. Uh, I hope everyone heard you, Dhruvan, because weak AI is something that can only do one task. So both Advik and Dhruvan, nice. That is exactly the answer I was looking for. Okay, and Dhruvan, what do you think strong AI is?
I think strong AI is just a AI that can do every single task mankind has ever known. And it can perform it, and it can do every single task. Not one, not two, but every. So that's what I think a strong AI is.
Yeah, strong, and again, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Strong AI is just AI that can do every task that a human can do, but just better. Yep, nice answer. Okay, next, Ethan. What do you think AI is? Just give me a short one sentence answer. Doesn't have to be too specific.
I think AI is a category of programs that can achieve specific tasks or a multitude of tasks.
Yeah, that technically is right. It is a program designed to do a task. Um, and yeah, it just human intelligence trying like okay, it's just people trying to incorporate human intelligence into machines using those programs that you were talking about. Okay, what do you think AI is?
AI is programs that are made to think like humans and give answers like humans.
Okay, and you don't have to tell me anymore, but do you have a good idea of what weak AI and strong AI is?
Yes, strong AI is a category of AI that can achieve most, if not all, tasks, and weak AI is the one that achieves only one kind of tasks.
That's exactly right. Okay, so Kashyap, you understood everything, right? Do you have
So I just like to add on to what they're saying about like AI, ML, and uh AGI and AI. So AI is like it's basically a mixture of things like machine learning, like deductive reasoning and like other components to form an answer to your question. And machine learning is where it takes data from multiple sources. So weak AI is like let's say there's a surgical robot designed to do, like, for example, like heart surgery or something. If you ask it to peel a banana, it's going to be like, what's a banana? And like if you ask it to do like a heart surgery on like a specific heart part, it's going to do it maybe flawlessly. Like AGI, it can do anything. Like, even if you ask it to do a heart surgery, it may not do it like exactly as good as the one designed to do the heart surgery, but it's going to do like at least 95% of the same. And it can also do like peel a banana if you ask it to.
Okay, yeah, nice. That that's a nice add-on of like information. And everybody heard Kashyap, right? Okay. So that's part one, Introduction to AI and ML, complete. So now we'll move on to part two, History and Types of AI. Okay, so AI was first invented around the 1950s, so around here. And since it was invented just then, and people didn't have technology as advanced as ours, it wasn't very good at anything. And nobody ever paid much attention to it since it was so primitive and basic. So that was in the 1950s. Nobody really cared about AI, and it was very basic. Okay, but between the 1960s and the 1970s,
I have a
uh,
question.
yeah.
So, in the first like 4 decades or something, like AI was invented, first AI programs and the neural networks. Which sources did they import the AI to? Because like MacBooks didn't exist back then. So like,
Okay, so yeah, you're right. Like MacBooks and like small laptops that so there wasn't much computational power back then, and there weren't like powerful computers or anything, and a computer actually would probably be the size of like a whole bedroom or something. It would be absolutely enormous, and all of that would be required to just run a simple AI that couldn't really do much. So that's where that power came from. They didn't have computers, but they were really bad, and they took up a lot of space.
so was it like calculators and stuff like that?
Yeah, calculators were run on those computers back then, but still for some reason they needed a lot of like space and stuff. Some of the computers, like I said, would be like as big as your bedroom, and all they would be able to do was just function like a simple calculator. Yeah. The point is the computers back then weren't very good. Okay, so AI was invented in the 1950s, and there wasn't much computational power. Nothing was really that advanced. Okay, so next in the 1960s to 1970s, the first basic AI programs were created, and they could like play chess or solve math problems. And for playing chess, they, they weren't really very good at playing chess. They were like really, really bad, but it was still an AI program, and AI was still very unpopular. Nobody really cared much about it. So nothing changed too much from the 1950s.
So for the AI programs like playing chess, would they have like a robot hand and then move the piece, or would it be like move the pawn to e4 or something like that?
It'd be like online simulation kind of thing. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay. I get it.
go. Okay, so next in the 1980s to 1990s, a concept called neural networks, or NN, started rising more quickly than before. So neural networks is like absolutely, it's a pretty big deal, and it's used in almost like every triumphant and significant AI like ChatGPT, Alexa, Google, whatever. It's really important, and it's actually modeled after the brain, and we'll touch on that later in the next part. But for now, that's what happened in the 1980s to 1990s.
Was it like a
So
pretty accurate comparison of the brain to the AI? Like the brain had like specific parts for like deductive reasoning and stuff like that. Was it like that for the AI? Like specific components of it?
I mean, if you look at like the programs, the code-based stuff, yeah, a lot of it was organized like that. Um, Outside of the code, you won't really see any organization like that. But that was what it was based off of. But the neural networks itself were not based on any one component of the brain. It was based on the neurons of the brain. So the brain cells, the brain particles, you could call them, and how they were connected in so many different ways. And I'll talk a lot more about that next part, like after the history and types of AI. But that's the 1980s to the 1990s complete. Okay, so next in 1997, so between the 1990s to the 2000s, a concept called, oh, okay, wait, another concept, an AI program called Deep Blue defeated a chess grandmaster named Garry Kasparov, and that's a very big deal because it's obviously not very easy to defeat like one of the world's best chess players at that time. And this is really triumphant because this is like one of the first things that AI, like in a logic-based way, was able to surpass humans. So it actually played chess better than a grandmaster. So it's pretty much better than everyone in a way.
So for the sources for it, I presume that it used like other chess games that were online or something, and like kind of the stuff taught in chess classes, like tactics and then stuff like that to defeat it.
Well, not really. Like AI is okay. The AI back then was more free form, I guess you would call it. So in its like head, I guess, or in its like processing system or whatever, it would run thousands upon thousands of simulations of chess games. And it would play itself in chess in like a short time since it's AI and it's like computers and it can do that. It like played thousands of chess games against each other in a simulation, and based on that, it would like learn tactics on its own or moves on its own and see how to win. And the rules of chess, like a knight can move in an L shape, a pawn can move two spaces, and the first step like that, that would be incorporated by the people who programmed the AI. So that was some machine learning, actually.
So it's kind of intuitive.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's the 1990s to the 2000s. So next in the 2000s, AI was boosted and it got 1,000 times more popular because people invented things that could make the computing power of machines a lot stronger. So those machines could run AI a lot better, run more powerful AI, and it was just absolutely revolutionized. So this meant that AI could utilize that computational power, the better machines, and it could grow and develop a lot faster. So in the 2010s, since it was directly after the 2000s where AI got really popular, everyone started to know, well, not started to know, everyone knew about AI already. Things like self-driving cars, healthcare robots, and chatbots were created. So like Alexa, ChatGPT wasn't created yet, but things that were very close to ChatGPT and things like that, they were created. And now in the 2020s, ChatGPT came out in 2022, and in the present state, AI still continues to grow at an astounding speed. since ChatGPT came out in 2022, and it was so like good, such a great example of what AI is supposed to be. Uh, that was enormous news, and everyone started to know about it. So many people use ChatGPT even now, and there are so many more powerful AIs that exist right now that are also used widely, like Siri or Alexa or uh in YouTube even. When you look at videos, the recommendations it gives you on your home screen, that is all given to you by AI. AI actually like looks through your history and everything, and based on that gives you recommendations of what you want to watch next. So in that way, AI is also used.
So does it put each video into a category? So let's say you're watching like a Mr. Beast video and then it puts it into like, oh, like risky stuff. And then like let's say you watch like some try not to laugh video, it puts it in like funny category. So then for the next search, it kind of mixes those.
Yeah, yeah. So it looks for you could say things like tags, and every video has them, and it's like describing what the video is about. And whenever videos have common tags that are like the same, then it will recommend those to you. And these tags, they're basically categories, like you said. So yeah, the YouTube AI, it actually does kind of like give you recommendations based on the different categories there are. Okay, so that's the timeline of AI. So back then the limit was computational power, and since there wasn't like many powerful machines, they couldn't really run AI that was powerful. And AI, for that reason, it wasn't really that popular. So this is something that you should remember, because at the end of the course or classes, we're gonna have a quiz, and this is gonna be on there. So remember this, along with everything else we learned. Okay. So now we're going to talk a little bit about data before we talk about like how exactly machines learn from data. So structured versus unstructured data. So first, let's talk about structured data. Structured data is information that is nice and organized into rows and columns, and it's also easily accessible. So, let's say you had like a table of animals and their characteristics like color, size, I don't know, weight, or its features like sharp teeth or something. You could just scroll through it and like find every animal's whatever attribute, and it's very easy to access and like look at properly. So some examples of this include like tables, like I just said, and Excel sheets. Have you all heard of Microsoft Excel?
I haven't.
Yes. I have.
Okay, so Microsoft Excel is like okay, I'm just gonna show you a quick image of it actually. It's like a sheet kind of thing. Yeah, so this is what it's gonna be like. Can you see my screen by the way? Like all of this.
Yes. You can see your screen.
Okay.
I've
Yeah,
heard
so
of,
this
I've
is
seen that before. Yeah, I've heard of it.
yeah, this is Excel, and your parents, even in their job, like they might use this too. And all of your parents, like regardless of what job they have, they've probably used this sometime in their life. It's really popular. Okay, back to this. So that's what structured data is, and it's organized into rows and columns, very easy to access. And now unstructured data. Unstructured data is information that isn't organized and has no like distinct structure. So things like audio files, images, videos, and text files, you can't really organize them into rows and columns. So let's say you had a video of like, I don't know, someone playing basketball or something. You can't like organize the video into rows and columns. That doesn't really make sense, right? You can't organize a video into an Excel sheet. So that's what unorganized data is, or unstructured data. So audio files, you can't really organize sound into rows and columns. That doesn't make sense again. And images, it's you can't really like organize that into rows and columns either very easily. And text
Can we use
files, like let's say someone wrote an essay, you can't organize that into rows and columns either. It's not going to be possible.
So for the audio thing, let's say you have like multiple audio files. Can't we use like AI to determine like the mood of the song and then categorize it like that?
Well, okay. I see what you're saying, and I mean, if you did have like some types of some types of AI can actually do that. Uh, so like Alexa like listens to your voice and it can analyze sound. So AI can do that, and yes, it can categorize like based on mood and stuff if you program it in that way. And if there were multiple recordings, then you could organize them into rows and columns, and it could become structured data. But each individual audio file, it's not structured data, it's unstructured data, because you can't just take like one clip of you like singing a song or something and organize that into rows and columns. You need multiple. Okay, so that's unstructured data. Does anyone have any other questions so far? Okay, then we'll move on. Labeled versus unlabeled data. So labeled data is information that is already classified and labeled. So, okay, let's say you had an image of a dog, and then under that dog, you wrote the word dog so that like if somebody doesn't know what a dog was for some reason, they could just look at that little caption and they could figure out that, oh, that's what a dog looks like. So that's what I mean by something being labeled. Okay, so label data is information that is labeled so that AI can learn more efficiently. So AI, it's not like completely revolutionized yet. Like if you just take an AI with no training, no data, no nothing, and you just like ask it to look at an image of a dog and ask it what animal it is, it's not going to be able to tell you what it is. But if you have a caption under it that says dog, it's going to be like, okay, so this is what a dog looks like, and it's going to associate the word dog with that image and that image's characteristics. So creating label data and labeling all the data is like really slow and time consuming, but it makes your AI a lot more accurate and quick. So imagine you have a large group of animal images, so not just cats and dogs or whatever, but like every animal. For label data, someone would have to go through all the images and label them as dog or cat or fish or whatever animal it is. And a lot of people might think that is very boring and they would not want to do it. So that's what I mean by it being slow and time consuming and also boring. But it's really good for AI to learn since it can associate the word dog with a dog image or the word cat with a cat image. And that's how it absorbs the data. So label data isn't just for images. I've only been using images as an example. It can also be made up of text, audio, video, and whatever else there is. Okay, so now we're going to talk about unlabeled data. Unlabeled data is information that isn't already identified. So it's the complete opposite of labeled data. So let's say you have an image of a dog. For labeled data, you'd have a caption that says dog under that image. But for unlabeled data, all you'd have is the image and nothing else. So for that reason, it's harder for AI to learn and it ends up being less accurate. So Uh, the thing is with unlabeled data, it's it's a lot quicker and cheaper because nobody has to go through all the data and like label it manually or spend money like to pay someone to do it. So it's quicker and cheaper, but the downside is it makes your AI less accurate. So that solves the problem with labeled data about it being slow and time consuming, but it makes it less accurate, which generally is not something that you should use. You should always try to use unlabeled data unless you like absolutely cannot. Then you can use unlabeled data instead of labeled data. Okay, so what is an AI model? So an AI model is a program that uses algorithms and information to learn and make decisions, similar to how humans learn from experience. So, for example, ChatGPT, Alexa, and Siri are also AI models. But for AI models to work properly, we obviously have to feed them data. So if you just take a program that has no data, no training, no nothing, and you try to use it for something, it's not going to be very good at whatever task you're going to give it. So you have to feed an AI model data to make it work well. Okay, so what is traditional AI? Um, Traditional AI is a basic type of AI that follows fixed rules and instructions made by people to solve problems and make decisions without learning by itself. So it's good for tasks that have clear rules like math problems or strategic games, but they can't do other more complicated things. So it's
Wait,
used to process data that is already there and it doesn't create new data. So you've obviously already heard of ChatGPT or Alexa or Google or whatever. All of those, they are definitely not traditional AI because they don't follow fixed rules and instructions. Instead, they use algorithms and like learn, and they're more adaptable too. Here it says uh, it solves problems and makes decisions like without learning by itself. No learning is the key. So without learning is the key word for traditional AI here. There's no machine learning in it. It's very basic.
wait, so traditional AI is more like weak or narrow AI.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're going to do like one more slide and then end the class for today. But how does more advanced AI, so sophisticated AI such as ChatGPT work? So sophisticated AI like ChatGPT learns to talk like humans by studying lots of examples of conversations. So I'm not sure where exactly they got this, but somehow they got thousands upon thousands of example conversations between multiple people, and they fed that to ChatGPT to learn off of using machine learning. So it uses algorithms to understand how these words fit together and then gives responses based on what it has learned. So it basically just learns English and learns how to talk like a normal person. So it's similar to how when all of us were like babies, we would like listen to our parents or whatever talk, and then based on that, like we'd slowly learn very basic words, and that's how we'd improve our vocabulary and everything. Okay, so does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, so that's it for today. We'll talk
Um,
about what exactly ChatGPT is, like what type of AI it is, how it works more tomorrow. Maybe even touch on the neural networks that I was talking about. But that's it for today.
but so it's like advanced. So advanced AI is more like AI that uses machine learning
I mean,
to.
yeah, you could say that. Advanced AI. Okay, so nowadays AI is becoming very like powerful and accurate. So pretty much all AI has to use machine learning. Otherwise, it's definitely not a good AI. But there is a more specific part inside of machine learning that is even more like powerful. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. So in general, most AI has machine learning, but inside of machine learning AI, there's even more advanced things. Okay, so that's it for today. Any other questions?